good evening, and welcome to the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray Phillips here on YikesRadio.com and AccelerateRadio.net. Guys, here on the Poetry of Justice show, this is where social consciousness meets the arts, and what we do is we select topics that spark the interest and awareness of social diversity ranging from arts, entertainment, and social justice at large, leaving our listeners thinking and saying,
YikesRadio.com.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the sultry sounds of my mentor, the Mr. Kevin Nash. And Mr. Kevin Nash is the owner of this proprietorship here at Accelerated Radio. So what I love to do is I just like to give Kevin a shout out, you know what I mean, and give him his dap because I respect him, and if it were not for his brainchild here at Accelerated, I couldn't do what I love to do on Saturday nights, guys. So thank you so much, and a shout out to Mr. Kevin Nash. And then we're going to do some sponsorships tonight, and I'd like to start off with Miss Lori G, the benefactor, my amazing big sister. How are you tonight, sissy?
I am well.
You're amazing and well. Executive producer Lori G. She's also Lori G, the benefactor in the house tonight. You doing good?
I'm doing good. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited.
It's
got
just
some
like
return
music.
guests.
I
love our
know.
return family.
We're
So
so
great when they
blessed.
come back.
I know, we're so blessed. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. And then I'd like to also say, I want you to check out other sponsorship, which is G Baby's Catering. Lori G can tell us about G Baby's Catering LLC, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know, Lori.
Absolutely. G Baby Catering can satisfy all of your catering needs. You know, the holiday season is rapidly approaching, kicking off with Halloween. So he's got appetizers, full meals, sit down, and the food is good, y'all. Now, I may be a little biased because it is my son-in-law, but really the food is really good. So check him out on Instagram, Chef Mac.
Yes, ma'am, and that's G Baby's LLC Catering. Thank you so much, sissy. I appreciate that. And then we're going to give some more sponsorship. I'd like to give a shout out to Rashid. Rashid is our engineer here at the Poetry of Justice show. He keeps us working and keep the wheels turning here. And I'd like to give a very special shout out to Lord Rocca. He's not with us tonight. He's out there on the grind all the time making it happen. So we want to give him a very special shout out. And he's also with Star and Crescent Casting. So give him a very special shout out. And then I'm just going to give a quick shout out to WMPJ Steelworks and APS Muscle Cars. And then I'm also going to give a very special shout out to these amazing, beautiful queens.
Yes, absolutely.
And divas that we have in the house tonight. I got my little sisters in the house tonight, you guys. I'm so blessed. We have S Dollar Sign here tonight. How you doing, gorgeous?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, I love it when you get here. And then I've got a brand new princess and then you princesses already know each other. And then we got the gorgeous Miss Milan, like Italy, in the house tonight. How are you, pretty lady? Thank you for coming back. I'm going to just need you can just scoot up a little more and then, or bring the mic to you a little more, one of the two. And then Rashida, get your volume right on time for us. So how are you gorgeous queens tonight?
Doing good. Yeah. Feels good to be cool.
Well, I just wanted to just out the gate to the two of you and of course our listeners is just say thank you so much for coming and always coming for real. S Dollar Sign, whenever we reach out, you always come right on time, and that I appreciate that. And thank you too, Milan, because I just hit you up out the way and then you're right there, you say yes, and that was just an honor and a blessing because we appreciate your time. Lori, I always like to tell people, Lori, what do you like to tell us about time?
Yeah, time is something that you just can't get back, right? So it's a very precious commodity, and we sincerely appreciate you sharing that commodity with us today.
Yeah, so I just want you guys to know that I feel really honored that you came. So anyways, I just want to tell you that, and I just love you the fact that your power and your music, and I watch you all grow, and I follow you, and I'm always just intrigued and impressed, and just want you to know that the times that you come on the show and the things that you share with us has really, really empowered the show itself. It's brought on a whole new momentum with our female artists, and it definitely fuels me and keeps me wanting to stay fit and looking good, and keeping it on time, so I can always make sure that we can be here to celebrate beautiful women like yourselves. So I just was going to start with you, Milan, if you didn't mind maybe letting us know about your passion for music and when that started in you and how you knew about it, if you don't mind.
Yes, of course. I've always been writing since like middle school. I started off with poetry, I gradually worked my way into rap as I went into high school. And after high school, there was very select people that knew that I could rap. And, like, the few people that did was always like, you should really pursue it. And I always was kind of... I always kind of shied away from it just because, the rap game is so saturated and everybody wants to be a rapper. And, I got to a point where I just made a decision, like, I really have, something special and I really would like to share it with the world. So, maybe like 3 years ago, I made the decision, like, I'm really going to pursue this and really go after this.
And I like that. And then to do rap, Lori, can you believe it? Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm so nervous. We're going to ask some more questions. I'm not going to let you get off scot-free on that one. What about you, Miss Queen S. $. When was your passion for music started?
I think middle school too, early middle school. I always listened to Rihanna, so she used to inspire me to write, but I used to write poems, not songs.
Yeah.
So just expressing my emotions and my feelings. And I didn't take it serious till I think it was 2016 or 17.
Okay.
And we had recorded my first song, and Travis and everybody in the studio was like, "Oh, you should take it serious." So I'm like, "Okay, I'll take it serious." And they got serious over the years. I'm talking money serious, everything got serious. So, and before you know it, you just in it,
Right.
Like,
That part.
So would you kind of attribute some of that, like you said, to your poetry writing in your early years that kind of helped pivot you? Do you also, and I was wondering, your genre of music, how did you choose? How do you choose that when you start writing? You know what I'm saying?
Really, I was just writing poems. It was just like I was talking to myself. It was really how I was feeling. But now when I write, full songs, and I just always was singing. Like I never was rapping. I was always singing.
Yes.
So yeah, it feels good to sing.
Yes,
So,
yeah. Just wondering about that. What about you, Lord Jeannie? Questions for the ladies?
Yeah, I do. Here at the Poetry of Justice show, we pride ourselves on trying to be inspirational and reaching out to the community, right? And you two ladies are definitely role models or examples for younger women who are younger girls. Like you say, you got interested in middle school, right? What could you say to them to encourage them to follow this pathway or to jump into music? Because rapping is hard, right? When it's a male-dominated kind of industry.
Go ahead. I'm like, rapping is hard.
I would just say to tune out, outside noise or, what people around you may be saying, and dive into how you feel about it. And if it's something that, that's firing inside of you, definitely go after it. And at least it's worth trying, and seeing, where it takes off from there. Because sometimes that's all it takes is for you to just put yourself out there. And then all these other opportunities come along, which just reinforce the idea that, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So I think if you have that passion, just go after it and pursue it. And if you need guidance, I say just, look at somebody you see doing what you want to do and kind of lead in those same steps and kind of copy what they're doing to kind of get there.
To get to where you want to be, huh?
Absolutely.
Man. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
What do you think, S$? What would you say?
Should be a risk taker. I mean, it's important to shut out the people that's, trying to stop you or that's being negative. But, yeah, just learning how to control your emotions and really believing in yourself is important. So,
Right.
If you don't believe in yourself, who will?
That is
right?
very true. Definitely.
We do got to just make it happen for yourself, huh?
I think
You
you,
gotta
do.
just go for
you have to
yours,
jump
low-key.
out there, go for yours, have the courage. I like what you said, S$, about being a risk taker, right? Being courageous enough to take that risk. Now, here's a really hard question. I think sometimes people think like, oh, I don't have the money. I could never afford to cut a record or make music or get a recording. What advice do you have on the financial side for people who are just starting out?
I mean, if you can't afford it, save your money and get all the equipment and learn to do it yourself.
I'm thinking of Love Keys. Remember where she taught herself how to play the piano on
the
YouTube? Remember that lady?
She did.
That's really nothing that low key that should hold us back anymore, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
You got access to a lot
Yeah.
nowadays.
You know what I
Everything
mean?
is at your fingertips. So it's like,
You just gotta make it happen.
Yeah.
You guys inspire me so much. Girl, I done made a lot of changes in my life. I be like, shit. People be like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nothing. I'm straight. I know what's going on now. Y'all was playing me before, but my eyes is wide open now. I got the POJ show. These beautiful queens be coming in here like, what, Jigga? What? I was like, nah. You think we should jump in? Oh, we gotta wait for these cats to come. I want to show y'all off with y'all music, so we ain't gonna jump into too much music yet.
I just have one more question though. So, people oftentimes look at where you are now. We're going to see your music and your videos, and people say, oh, that was so easy, right? And I'm sure there were challenges that you faced before you got to your successes. Would you share with our listeners one of your greatest challenges on this journey and how you overcame that and how it led you to your greatest success at this particular point in your career?
Wow.
Yeah. Patience. Patience, and as a R&B artist, we wear our hearts on our sleeves, so we're very our emotions are high about our music. So I'd be ready to cuss people out sometimes, because it's my songs is like my babies, especially all the money I put behind it. I gotta learn to control my emotions, because I gotta know when to notice, like, okay, no, and then yes, or maybe so. But patience is important, and controlling your emotions.
Yeah.
It's hard being patient.
Girl. Preach.
Yes.
What has been, up to this point, your what you would consider your greatest success?
Get back to me on that one. Yeah, get back to me on that one.
Milan, what's been one of your challenges in your journey so far?
Challenges, I would say, because music is so dependent on your mood and how you feel and emotions. Sometimes you're not always in the mood, or you're not always, you might come up with something, or scratch some ideas, and then it's whack, and it's like, wow, I spent all this time doing this and I don't even like this, I have to scratch this. So it's like just dealing with not always being exactly where you want to be emotionally when creating, and just like accepting that it comes with ups and downs, and sometimes you have to step away from a minute and come back, and then that's when sometimes you come with your best creation. So I think that's my biggest challenge.
What's been your greatest success up to now?
Greatest success, I would say I got the opportunity to rap on Sway's Universe, so that was pretty big. Yeah, and I got that call like an hour and a half before I had to be there, so it was like,
Oh my God. What was happening? Like emotionally?
man, I was just like,
That's such
I
a
didn't
go
even
bag.
think. I was just like, just go, I just got in go mode, and it was
Go.
just like, this what you've been waiting for, like
Right.
show them what you about. So yeah, that moment was very surreal. Still to this day, I can't believe that I did it.
Man, I know, right? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Then you be like so happy. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Before the
Damn.
guys show up, though, like,
Go what?
how does it feel to be a female in the industry? Are there challenges or struggles? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
There's a lot of those.
I know. I mean, so like, yeah. How do you handle it though? I mean, in terms of, does it work out better because you have Trav with you? You know what I mean? Does that help?
Not all the time. Some men don't like it. Like some producers or even people that are casting or hiring or booking.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are cool with it. Some of them are, they don't like it. Cause you got another man,
Right.
that might, is smarter than him, or he can't do certain
Mm-hmm.
stuff or say certain stuff now. So.
You might block out all the trickery. What about you, Milan?
Yeah,
Do
I
you run
think
into it?
there's pluses and minuses to it. Like, it's an
Gotta weigh it
advantage being
out.
a woman because it's like you stand out more, especially in the rap game. For me, like, people are automatically gonna draw to you because of your image, and then it's like, and then you come and then you show them what you actually have talent. And it's
Right.
Like, oh,
Like, she ain't just cute. Yeah, she can actually get in.
She got it all. But then it's like, the other side to it is that, people feel like they can take advantage of you, like, or, we're more sexualized in the music industry, and people feel like you're willing to do whatever to get to the top, or, to make it in the game. And it's like, you have to put your foot down and really let them know that, I have standards. And,
Right.
and I'm not willing to do anything. Like, I'll take the long route before I,
Sell
just
myself
give
out.
in just to get on the radio or get play or whatever. So,
Yeah. But that's just probably life in general, on the real. You know what I mean? And being a beautiful person. Those are just the trials of life, as they call them, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me get my mind right. We got a king and another beautiful queen that has entered the premises tonight. Lomel, how are you tonight, King?
Hello. I'm blessed. I went to the wrong address.
It's all good in the hood. It happened to me, like when I first started doing the radio game here. So don't even trip. But FFR, it's like it's the same address. It's so retarded, and it's like, isn't it just ridiculous? And then it just gets you in LA instead of frigging Inglewood.
I walked around the building. We walking around. I'm like, where is this? I'm kind of lost.
I'm so sorry. So sorry about that.
The far side.
It's all good. So, but you got here, so that's the main thing. How's your Saturday been so far, King?
Blessed queen, blessed, excited to be here. Just grinding, motivated, pushing.
We still be working behind the scenes over here, King. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I got it.
Just got a lot going on, amping up. I'm gonna be taking on a Guinness World Record in a year. Yeah, I rapped and sang for 34 hours straight already. It opened a lot of doors out here in LA for me.
Wow.
And we're just gearing up to do 48 hours.
So it was like a combination. We say rap and
I'm
sang.
the freestyle king. So
Okay.
you can put a beat on, give me any topics, and I can turn them into a song, singing and rapping.
Okay. So we're gonna do some of that tonight.
Yeah, I'm down.
Totally.
Don't say it. If you
Shout
can't do
out.
it.
Lord, okay, so anyway, we're going to have some fun tonight, everybody. We're calling it Just Like Music, right? I just had to just pop to my head because sometimes when it's time to write and do the ads, it's like, well, what's happening? So it's just about music. Music is universal. Music is love. Music rules forever, right? It's just, it's just is what it is, whether it's, okay, I know what I haven't asked you guys. Lomel is putting all of this information down, so I'm just trying to do a little bit of filler, so good, so we can do some focus, and then we're going to get into some music. We have another panelist that's probably going to be meeting us tonight, Bud Official, but we're just going to go ahead and roll and keep it moving smooth, and I want us to start getting into some of the music, and we're going to have some questions later tonight. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it. So what's going on, Lori G? You straight?
I'm good. I'm just buzzing around.
You just buzzing around, making it happen?
Buzzing around, making it happen.
Okay.
And in my buzzing, I forgot to remind everybody, you can call in and talk with our wonderful panel at 310-910-9676, extension 1. So 310-910-9676. 76 extension 1. Give us a call and chat with them.
I know, right? And then you got the YouTube channel too, you guys, so you can join us on our YouTube. And that's the POJ Show with Jackie Ray. And then the followers can actually follow you there as well and give you some feedback. And Facebook, I hadn't even logged on yet, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. Damn. It's all good. I'm having a good time. I guess I'll do that in a little bit, huh? I'll worry about that later. But anyway, Laura, we're going to get into some of these questions and kind of get into some of the music. So I'm thinking what we'll do. Lomel, did you have any music that you wanted? We got it.
I got it.
Rashid already has it?
I just got the new single.
Perfect. So I think we want to start with that. I think we're just going to be a little bit of bias. We just have the gentleman go first this time, guys. We're going to do the flip-flop. You know what I'm saying? You're going to make it happen.
So I had to make my own genre.
That's right.
Because I didn't fit in R&B, I didn't fit in rap. So it's called Cinematic Soul.
Cinematic Soul.
Cinematic Soul. I want to bring you on a movie, and I wanted to touch you at the same time. So the first song is Uncharted Love, and it was me manifesting my queen. For 3 years, I was single and just focused on me and trying to manifest, and I did.
This is a good time.
She came.
All right. So beneficial's here, Lori. So we're going to get, this is a perfect time. So we're going to get you seated, baby. Come on in.
Hello.
I know, it's so good to see you.
Uncharted love. Off the beating path you haven't done. Out here in LA, not in Indiana. Cartography, I draw the map out. I draw the map out. Uncharted, I'm wondering, baby girl, I will find ya. I've been following steps, guiding with energy, I'm right behind ya. I'm searching through mountains, moving through tundra. It's a wonder. I know you're somewhere. I'm following steps and stars. Just to find you. Painting a heavenly picture, writing new songs out of scripture, in it and placing me with you. Cause before I was with you, fell for some traps and I fell for some hoes. That was self-hating, you know how that goes. Just left here, bitter and broke, tangled in ropes, trying no hope. They followed this map to get where you at. So here's the hope, figured that I, sick out of love, would come from you, my antidote. Love be the boat on your river, I float into this bottle, this letter I wrote. Follow the steps to the X note, did it before, he ran out of rope. It's a wonder, I know you're somewhere. I'm following steps and stars. Just to find you.
That was absolutely amazing. Mel, do you mind giving us some little more on the backstory about that particular piece of masterpiece, if you will?
So, I was living with my producer.
Use your mic, Mel.
I was living with my producer, and we were doing a song every night. Like I said, I was manifesting my future queen. Thankfully, God's into my life, and I was putting in song because it's the gift God gave me. And I was just like, you know, how am I gonna do this? So I wanted to make it kind of like Indiana Jones type vibe, like you know, I'm searching, I'm looking, I'm on this hike, this travel of life, you know.
Okay.
And it's uncharted because I don't know where it's gonna bring me. I don't know what I'm gonna have to go through in order to find her.
Right.
You know. And what's funny about it is, I made the song. About 2 months later, I stopped looking and I stopped manifesting because my roommate, my producer, his name is Ian, and he told me, he was like, you manifested enough, let it go. Let it go, stop thinking about it, it's gonna come to you. And literally, I went to Something Dope for the People, which is an open mic, performed the song, and met her. And it was like, wait, what just happened? Then I contacted this guy named Vinico. He shoots amazing videos, incredible work, and I told him my ideas. Because the way I feel like things work is, for me, I think about it and it happens, right? So like the ideas just come to me when I'm writing and directing, they just come. So the video is Indiana Jones type vibes. Fighting a bad guy, saving a girl in a cage. Like, it's pretty dope. I'm really excited for it. Excited to see what the world thinks, you know. So I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Of course, it's absolutely amazing.
It is, absolutely.
My golly, yeah. We've got Buddha Official in the house tonight. How you doing, King? You doing good?
I'm doing blessed and highly favored.
Amen. All praise be to the Most High. That's what I'm talking about.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing great. It's so good to have you back. How are you?
I'm so glad to be here. Everything was trying to keep me from getting here, but I made it.
All right now. Lomel, yeah. Lomel had this. Remember her, Lomel? We were speaking about that. The beautiful queen. Yeah. So anyhow, I know. It's just perfect timing because we needed a little time just to settle in, and we did a little bit of sanitizing, huh, Sissy? So,
we did.
Yeah, we was just taking our time, so don't even trip. You've got a lot of new projects that you're working on, right? So you want to let everybody know what's going on?
So there's a few things going on actually. As of recently, we have Show Dope going on, and I'm the host of Show Dope. This is an artist showcase for all types of artists. Right now we're doing music, of course, but we're spreading it out as to visual artists. Whether you paint, you sculpt, whatever the case is, make jewelry, come through to Show Dope. We actually have a open mic going on tomorrow. Yes, I just did a little promo right there.
You sure better? Hell yes. So give us more details. Like where?
If I want to come, where am I going?
Address.
Okay, yeah, totally. So it's gonna be at the Attitude Lounge in Beverly Hills. We're having this every month. We're gonna start doing showcases where we have set artists come perform, and tomorrow we're actually doing an open mic. So if you guys want to come, check it out. You know, contribute, support to anybody who you know is an artist, amazing artist. I know you guys are. So come on down if you guys want to, you know? Yeah.
That's going to be awesome, Lou. You hear that?
I'm writing it down.
I know.
She said, let me go ahead and get it.
And what was the time again?
It's going to be at 9.
9.
Doors open at 9, yes.
That is so cool. You need to look at that, you guys.
Go ahead. Also, of course, there's always new music. You know, when you're an artist, you're always invested in your craft and invested into what God has blessed you with, because it's like second nature anyways, so you're always doing what you love. So there's always new music coming as far as putting it out, coming soon. I've been so busy with work and with, you know, now wrapping my hands around hosting this show and intertwining with work. We're also so deep into the arts as well. I work at Hot and Cool Cafe in Laurent Park. Come on down. We got some good food and all that. Got some beautiful vibes, and we're actually gonna be doing open mics soon too. So we're gonna be opening up to all artists and everything like that. So I've been like, all over the place, but you know, God be keeping you busy. You know, if you're not busy, then you're not doing something right.
Right. Yes.
Definitely.
Man, I
That's
cool.
just hear all the passion in the room, Lauren. I think about community, and I just have a big, full spirit of love, and we're all grateful, you know that? I'm grateful, I'm thankful. We are all so very blessed. So we've got a lot of talent in this room. I'm surprised the walls can accept it all. There's so much talent in this room tonight. So thank you so much for blessing us, Lomel, because you are our very first intro, but we've also got some additional talent. So we're just going to do like a little bit of a, what you used to call that what we used to do? That when you go around the seats and then you have to sit and then you sit down. You don't know what I'm talking
Musical
about.
chair?
That would be absolutely what I'm talking about. So Milan, we're going to jump into some of your music, Queen, and then we go hip-hop around a little bit to Bud Official, and then, you know, the Queen, Miss S. Dollar Sign.
VITV. Can't deny it. Season 2 deposit. Who deposit? 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 Who deposit?
DJ Means, let's go.
Who can't deny it. Season 2 deposits live on VITV. We drop every first and 15th. Be you unapologetically. You can't deny it. Season 2 deposits live on VITV. We drop every first and 15th. Be you unapologetically.
Here we go.
I like to introduce Milan like Italy, and I'm back for another one. You can't get rid of me. Pass her the mic and she kick it like Federico. Obama number 9 and Roscoe's on Rio Pico. Let it breathe on our DSPs, and we doing this for the funds, no BS please. And now you got me right beside you, so I'ma step aside so you can spit it and kill it about your ambitions as a rider. Yeah, rider.
Hey yo, hey, my ambitions as a rider gon' make these niggas tired of bleeding shit on every beat. I know they wish it wasn't me, but I'ma do it till it ain't no one above me. I'ma do it till bitches hate that they love me. Tryna fuck with me, you gon' hurt yourself like the bag lady. The only thing I'm chasing after is the bag, baby. Tryna please a nigga, shit, it almost drove me crazy. That's why I had to take the wheel, these niggas won't save me. Quick to turn a nigga to the homie if he try to hold me. I can't do the relationship when nigga won't hold me. Random females cannot hang around, these bitches be folding. I can't got these lost souls, they don't know where they going. I don't fuck with commotion, I don't pay for promotion. You can't be part of the team if you ain't bring devotion. And you can't run from your path when you already chosen. And you can't stop them once these flames get to put in motion. I ask bitches to bar out, but they ain't handle that shit. So I'ma spit it like a nigga, I'm manhandling shit. When I pop, don't act like you had a hand in this shit. Willing to die by my respect, I'm indulging this bitch. When I step on the mic, I demand attention. Gotta do more than look cute, that's the part they don't mention. Y'all have got to be kidding, niggas ain't really spitting. Why your punches ain't hitting, y'all the opposite of different. Plus your cadence is slipping, nigga, why you ain't ripping? Stop it with the hysterics and get back to the lyrics. But these deposits is hitting, they gon' doubly flip it. Bitch, I'm bout it, I'm different, I can't stop once I'm in it. Plus I'm close, I can feel it. No, these bitches don't get it, cause they numb to the feeling. Shit, when you got it, you get it. But watch your hands, nigga, I can't be out here getting caught fucking fans, nigga. Niggas quick to switch up like a change of plans, nigga. Just a matter of time before they show their hand, nigga. Now them niggas forced to watch up from them stands, nigga. I don't get mad, I just do my money dance, nigga. Don't do what he say and she say, don't give out no leeway. Why niggas always be acting like bitches these days? I would fuck a bitch before I fuck a nigga with bitch ways. Rule number 1, never let nobody do you phase. Don't ever believe you the reason a nigga could change, cause these niggas don't change. Cause even when they seem different, they wired the same. Only niggas I love is my daddy and my brother, nigga. The only one that go before them is my mother, nigga. Rule number 2, take nothing personal. Rule 3, if they fuck you, never be merciful. Got this one nigga, I can't let go cause that head crazy. Like if my life was on the line, I think that head could save me. But you don't wanna rock with me, I'll chew this bitch up, spit her out like a policy. If you ain't hear it out my mouth, then it was not for me. All I adhere to is real nigga policies. Tell these bitches watch they motherfucking mouth, please. Cause I would hesitate to land one on your mouthpiece. And he gon' always double back, I got that mouthpiece. Raw bitch, but he know to keep that strap, please. Press to get this shit off like the feds at the door, nigga. I ain't gotta run and tell them shit because they know, nigga. Real bitches is hot commodities, niggas don't wanna rock with these. They rather broken souls and bitches with box bodies. I don't put shit past nobody, I don't trust nobody. All niggas hoes probably. If he touch my soul with his tongue, is that still a body? These bitches was never on my level, is it still a body? Is it even fair, poppy? This shit more than just a hobby. And shout out to VITV for put me in deposits, yeah.
Wow, dude. Wow. Killing it. Wow. Wow, indeed.
That's fire.
Thank you. We're actually shooting the finale for that at the end of the year, so y'all stay tuned for that.
No, be right here with us, girl. Going on with it down. You're like, girl, she done it again, y'all.
Yeah, shout out to VITV too. I'm about to plug them real quick. They're looking for local artists, to come on. They're basically creating a visual mixtape for artists. So come in, you pick any song. They do all throwback beats between the 90s to 2012. and shoot a visual for that. And at the end of the season, all of the artists come back together and shoot one episode together. So it's really dope.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be cool. I can't wait. Right? I know, right? So, man, I was like, what's going on? Right? Like, what's the deets? Right? For real.
VITV.
VITV. My goodness. So, Mr. Butterficial, what little pieces do you think you want to share with us tonight? Any of your work that you'd like us to platform?
Oh,
We got it.
I think we got it.
yes.
Awesome sauces. Okay, we're going to just give us the backstory on that while Rashid goes ahead and do our tech side.
Okay. So, hello, testing. The song is it's called New.
Okay.
I wrote this basically just
You do.
just kind of coming into yourself, not being so insecure, not being so stuck in the past, I want to say. So it's just kind of stepping into a authority and just being of yourself. And like in the song I'm talking about, of course I include what I'm doing. So I'm doing more music now, so I'm like focusing on this kind of stuff, and I'm stepping into a new version of me. And in order to do that, there's necessary things that have to be done. So
Yes.
and it's a kind of smooth way to just say it. So I hope y'all like it.
Cool. All right, let's do it.
Understand, brother, we not the same. No, we ain't nothing to know. Writing about me, I take out the whole page. I'm in the journal, acknowledging your efforts. What can I say? Comparison isn't the game you should play. No, with my top down, catch me with my baby on the coast. Sold out in the VIP to all my shows. Doing everything that I want to, listening to that new. Get it do you get it? Can you keep with the pace? Can you keep up with me though? Take it slow, I fill up the space. I'm very intentional, saying it with my chest. I am the best, no nothing less. No, get it on, get it on. Top down, riding with my baby on the coast. Sold out in the VIP to on my show. Doing everything that I want to, listening to that new. Get it? Tell me, can you hear me when I say this? You ain't never gonna find another vibe like me in this world. No diamonds or pearls, other guys or girls. No, with my top down, catch me with my baby on my baby on the sold out in the VIP to on my show. Doing everything that I want to, listening to that new.
Like your tone.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you for letting me share.
I've gotten, Lord, we got to go back to the gentleman in the round of questions after we do
Yes,
dollar signs
we will.
work, because I want to talk about their origin in terms of, because I would love for you to share your story again about your music and how,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I remember the
yeah.
story. Yeah. So I want everybody to hear that too. But yes, before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, we have in the house tonight my returning queen, baby sissy, and that is none other than S dollar sign.
It's been kinda rocky, winds blowing hard on our love. Said he's out here in the ocean, drowning, thirsty for my touch. But it's Friday, and the club is jumping but you know this has been rough. I don't wanna sit and waste my time with you. I hate that every day we gotta argue. You make me feel like I'm worth no value. Maybe you should change your point of view, so you can see I don't want nobody but you. Trip over the smallest things like it's autumn season. If you trust me like you say, why you tripping, acting different, always got an attitude and it don't make no sense. Or am I tripping, am I different? Why we can't get along? This don't make no sense. Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me? Yeah, I'm still young and you're much older. It explains why your mind is much colder. Love you so much, don't wanna be stuck. Don't wanna look back and try and play catch up. You know that I'm afraid to be alone, and you know with you my heart's at home. Trust and believe I'm not doing no wrong. Maybe you should change your point of view, so you can see I don't want nobody but you. Trip over the smallest things like it's autumn season. If you trust me like you say, why you tripping, acting different, always got an attitude and it don't make no sense. Or am I tripping, am I different? Why we can't get along? This don't make no sense. Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me? Don't be insecure when we got insecure. I'm not trying to take a break away. Just stay. You don't ever have to question if I'm yours. If it's real, it's not a big deal. Stop tripping on me. Tripping, always got an attitude and it don't make no sense. Or am I tripping, am I different? Why we can't get along? This don't make no sense. Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me, tripping on me, tripping on me? Why you tripping on me?
Thank you.
I know that was why you tripping on me? You know, for real, you know, don't you mean?
That was dope. The melody.
That was beautiful work. Thank you so much, as $sign for sharing with us tonight. But I have some questions for the gentleman. Lamel, I'm going to start with you, sir.
Yes.
Music. How old were you? When did it start? Your passion for it?
Well, let me give you a quick synopsis of my life real quick.
Okay.
So I'm 37. I'm from Springfield, Massachusetts. My mom was 14. My dad was 12 when they had me. They gave me to my grandparents who were fiends. I got took from them at 8. I bounced around 36 foster homes, 56 residential programs, bounced around the country. Dealt with a lot of abuse. Then I went to prison right away at 18, did 12 years altogether. I was extremely violent and horrible because of the things that I went through. And I knew I had to make a change and a difference. So I didn't realize why I would rap and sing all the time. I started as a child, probably about 10. I didn't understand it was God's way of helping me through everything.
Yes.
And giving me the gift to help others through. So I feel that everything I've been through, all the darkness I've been through in life, is literally so I can use it as testimony to lift other people up. Because people don't really want to hear from you or listen to you help them if you haven't been through the same struggles as them. You know? And I've dealt with sexual abuse as a child, physical abuse, homelessness, a lot. And I'm grateful though. I mean, it's a horrible thing, but I'm grateful because God allowed me to grow strength from that. You know, strength through struggle is one of my tattoos because I truly believe that everything we go through makes us stronger.
Absolutely.
You know? So my music is a way for me to touch people, reach out to people, show them. That's why I do the Guinness World Record, because I want to show people no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, it doesn't make you who you are.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't define you today. You know?
I do.
So I want to show people that change is possible, and that's what I try to do with my music. I don't perpetuate violence and other negativity. I either speak about love, self-love, or I like to sing about self-affirmations. Like when you see me perform, I always have the crowd say, I love you. I love me. I love myself. You know, as I'm big on picking people up, especially these times because we're all being murdered. We're being killed. We kill each other. And the world is just cold, so we need more love in it. So I like my music to embrace that. So for me, music's my therapy. It's my way into the world. It's my way to lift people up. So about from 10 years old, I can't remember anything. That's why I freestyle. I write when I'm in the studio, but I can't remember my lyrics. So I have to remember my music constantly before I perform. But that's how I got good at freestyling, because I want to cipher. You know, when you want to cipher, right, Milan?
Right.
You want to cipher, right? And everybody's spitting bars. Like, I was in prison, everybody's spitting bars, and I'm over here like, man, I can't remember what I wrote. Yeah, so I had to learn how to freestyle, and then I just got really, really good at it. I have something called synesthesia.
Okay.
Ticker synesthesia. I see words.
Okay.
So it's a little easier for me. You guys will see when I freestyle.
Let's do it.
Pick a beat. Play any random beat. Give me 3 words. Let me get a word.
Can I say love?
Love. Let me get a word.
Happiness.
Untouched, love, and happiness. All right, let's do it.
All right. I'm so excited. I'm excited. Okay, wait a minute. I got a tape. Let me get my other phone, y'all. Hold on. Okay, wait. Let me get my other phone. I got a tape there. I can't. Oh shit. Okay. Just hold on. I'm sorry. Just got to do it. Okay, you solid as a rock.
I'm feeling untouched, gotta be love. I mean, I went through enough. I'm feeling like I'm so tough. I wanna do a different path. I wanna change the world. I said I manifested that, and then I found my girl. They said love, peace brings happiness. I had to cut to the bar, all the nappiness. They said you scrapping and you always in trouble. I said nah, strength through the struggle. I told them I'm getting on. Said Buddha official, I mean Milan like Italy. S money sign, yeah, you know they remember me. Whenever I be spitting, they written it off the dome now. Told them love is truly always is my home now. I'm dedicated, no perpetuating violence. I told them if I need to, I'll slap all the silence. Cause I really want love. Oh, trying my best, I invest. I suggest you do the same now. See, I mean, they put me down, told me I would never make it, but I told them I would take all my struggles and I would take it and change it and do something different and rearrange. And now they looking at me always strange. I got anxiety, so when I'm out in public, if it ain't music, then there's things I cannot love it, but I love myself. It took a while to build this, and now they understand, so I'm making them feel this. You put me on the stage, put a mic in my hand, and that's love and happiness like 10 damn grand. But I'm broke, so I'm working that 9 to 5. I'm the manager of a warehouse, feel live inside. They like, come to the show, can you talk on the podcast? Yes, and you know that music really is a blast. I'm going for the Guinness, yes, I'm gonna win it. 48 hours I start, and you know I finish. Won't diminish, no soul, only lifting you up. And when they tell me that I'm quitting, never giving you up. Cause I know that I'm gonna make a way sometime, somehow. I understand that love comes with happiness, and a struggle if you don't understand what I mean. Yeah, I had a dream as a child not to deal with abuse. Always lit like a bomb and it was a short fuse. Never really understood how a child is used. Now I understand that I had to be the light in the dark, so I do what I do. God, can you give me the strength? Every day me and my girl, we give up thanks. I mean, we say what we're grateful for from the time we wake up. I can't wait till I can go afford a Jacob. Wrist, watch, need rings, socks, I need everything I want. Take my kids off the block, I got 5 kids, 2 grandkids now. I don't look that old, baby. Asking somehow, how'd you do it? How'd you get through it? I had to prove it. God gave me a testimony, and this is how I'm moving. So if you give me beats, you know I'm eating all the time. I'm a monster and I'm hungry, 37 in my prime. Told them Buddha official, you know the deal. I cry, pass me tissues if you wanna know how I feel. I'm in touch with my emotions. Give me beats and a mic, I am always coasting, no boasting, cause I stay in the ground. But if you give me a chance, I'm always going with sound. Yeah, they said the podcast star with the crest casting. Can't believe it now, ooh, my dad's a bastard, but my dad just died from cancer. I didn't even get the remote answer. Never got to meet him, never got to have a conversation. That's okay, cause I can understand why my family hating. They never understood how I made it here. Came to LA by myself and I was homeless with no cares. But then I got a job and I came up now, and they looking at me like, wow, he came up, wow, yes. You know I did it so you see it on the chains. And they was like, Lamel, why you always acting strange? Cell phone, I need that iPhone 14, that 3 screens. I need that now, you know what I mean?
That part right there. Lamel. All right. Girl. Oh my God. Talk about creativity. Jeez, McGee.
Wow.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little backstory. Criminal justice is my a backstory for me. As my degree is in criminal justice, and one of my jobs that I used to work for a nonprofit. And what we would do is we would go into, it was California Rehabilitation and Employment Program. We were dedicated to employing ex-offenders in an effort to reduce recidivism, and as well as to try and make sure that we was combating homelessness as well. So I would go in like 3 to 6 months before the parole release date and work with inmates to prepare for reunification and coming home and the reentry, and just trying to make sure and facilitate that process, right? Right. So just hearing you talk about your music and your passion and where you come from and what you've done, I feel like without those experiences, do you think that your music, would you be standing as dynamically as you are? Because and just knowing about that process, the criminal justice process, 12 years in were you federal or state? All of that, you know what I'm saying?
I did state, but I did 2 years in solitary confinement.
Damn.
Straight.
California?
Massachusetts. I've been out here 2 years.
Okay.
I moved out here homeless, just trying to make a way.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah. I don't know who I would be if I didn't go through the things I went through. You know, I don't ever look like, oh, if I had a loving family, where would I be?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm alive.
Amen.
People didn't think I'd make it to 18. I'm 37. You know what I mean? Now, are there things that I regret sometimes? Yeah, because the life I lived, I got 5 children and I didn't really get to know them as well back then while they were growing up, because I was always in and out of jail.
Right.
And recidivism is so high. I would come home and I was so filled with hatred for myself and the world that I would go right back in.
Right.
You know? I didn't know how to survive. I was institutionalized. I didn't know how to pay bills. I didn't know how to get a job or keep a job. I didn't know how to love myself enough to even care to want to learn. You know?
What helped you break that chain?
2014, I came home and God, like I didn't believe, because it was a lot of church people that abused me and hurt me, so I didn't believe. I stopped believing, and then one day I just had enough, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like I need help. Like, I'm done. And I would look in the mirror and not like what I seen, and I didn't like my heart. I didn't like any of it. So I just prayed, like, God, let me figure something out. So I moved to New York. I did the Apollo. I did a bunch of things in New York, and I was like, wow, I got talent. I won a big rap battle against 8 rappers in one night. They were all ripped. I freestyled, killed them all. And I was like, wow, I got talent. So I moved to LA, and doors have been opening. You know, hard work pays off.
Yes, sir.
And God will make a way when you feel like there's no way.
Absolutely.
You know, I just always have to remind myself it's His timing, not my timing. I get impatient. You know, I'd be like, I need this now. And it's a lesson every day for me. Her name's Tiffany, my queen. She's also a poetress.
That's right.
It's called rhythmic poetry, what she does, but she always helps me with my patience because I have ADHD, like a superpower, and I'm really good at multitasking, but there's a positive and negative to everything, you know, so I overthink everything. So I'm like, why am I here? Why am I not already a famous actor in my life? Why, you know? So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful God allowed me to survive everything I've been through, all the violence, all the everything. I'm just extremely happy for it. Sad I didn't get to meet Nipsey. I moved out here after he passed. That's why I got dedication on my arm.
Yes.
Because I'm completely dedicated to my cause, which is changing lives. You know, I want to do what you were saying about helping people. At some point, I want to be able to go into prisons and talk to them. I want to go into foster homes and talk to these children in residential programs. Because I want them to see that whatever they're going through,
yes,
it can be different.
Yes, it can.
You know, but a lot of us don't believe in change because we don't see change. You know, if you look at the hoods and you look at where a lot of us come from, it's the same old thing, right? We hustling, we dying, we in prison. You know what I mean? And we don't see people come home and really make a drastic difference. So I just want to be an example.
Exactly. I love that story. Thank you so very much for sharing and diving into that with everybody and sharing, because you know what I'm saying. That's that real stuff. You know what I'm saying, Lori? As you know.
Oh, absolutely. And thank you for being so courageous to tell that story, right? I agree with you. I think a lot of things that aren't told and why we repeat those cycles is right, because particularly sexual abuse is centered around a lot of shame, right?
Well, as men, we don't speak
exactly.
about it.
You don't speak on it. You don't speak about it. So it's not told, so it's not addressed. No one looks at it. So thank you for sharing that with us and our listeners. And you are incredibly talented, I tell you. That ADHD thing is working for you. Okay.
How's that working for you? It's working
working
damn
pretty
well,
good.
right?
Exactly.
Well, I quit weed about a month ago. I gave up coffee. We're going vegan Sunday. I've been vegetarian for 19 years.
All right.
So it's I'm getting used to rapping and singing without weed, because that was my med that helped my ADHD and helped my emotions, because I'm bipolar too. My emotions switch constantly. So it's quite the task to do it all sober, you know, because I was in love with Mary Jane for a long time, you know.
Well, you had to. You had to protect yourself. You had to medicate. You had to heal. You had to keep it together. You got to keep it together. Keep it together. Keep it together. And you preaching to the choir on the keeping it other together. So I don't even go down that trough. So that's a whole nother show. So we'll be doing another show, guys. Recovery and getting it together. Is it?
Getting it together.
Story of my life. Still struggling. Okie dokie, Buddha official. How you doing, gorgeous? I would love for you to please share your story. What? You can feel me, huh? Yeah. Because this is how. Yeah, I want you to share your story and your love of music and how it all began. I hope you tell it the same way last time.
Okay. Honestly, when I started music, I actually realized that I was a singer. I was 2, but before I was even aware of the fact that music was so influential to me, I had always been engulfed in it. My mom, when she was pregnant with me, she used to put the headphones over her stomach and she used to play a lot of music. At the time when she was pregnant, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill had just came out, so it was very therapeutic for her. My mom, she used music as a big outlet for her, so I feel like it really just was a therapy that she just really embedded in me. And growing up, she used to tell me that she loved music so much. She was like, I want my baby to just love music and be great at it, just love it. And I'm like, Mama, I really do love music. Like it hypnotizes me. For a long time, I just would never be present. I went through a lot growing up, and it's not until like the past couple years, you know, sadly, with all this like actually diving in and being like, oh, I think I'm a little traumatized. I think I actually have some things going on. But it's sad to see that I was just so oblivious to what was going on. But it's a beautiful thing that music was so therapeutic. It was my therapy, and it was nothing but God pouring into me and allowing not only for me to be healed, but to heal others, because I'm in a room and I'm singing to all these old fogies, and I'm just a little kid, and they're like, please sing it again. Yeah, and they're welling up, and I'm just like, I'm just singing. I'm just like, you know. But growing up, doing it more and more, it's just, I've really learned the connection that I have with God through my music, honestly, because it's given me a lot of perspective as to, this isn't me, like this is me, but this is not me, like right. this is something beautiful, this is something heavenly, this is something divine that, you know, I was crafted to hold, and I'm thankful for that, you know. So with music, I didn't start actually writing until I was 18. It was like an activation started. It was my 18th birthday at 3 a.m. I've been trying to write for so long, and getting so frustrated, and I couldn't write. And that morning I woke up at 3 a.m. and just started writing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually really good. Like, what is this? And ever since then, I had just been writing as if like I had always been writing music. And I've learned that my music, it's me, but as I've said, it's not me, because I can come back and I can listen to it months later and just hear the message that God was speaking to me through me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so perfectly divined time, because I'm like, I kind of needed to hear it now. I've been listening to it for months, but I'm listening to it right now, and I'm like, Isaiah, what were you talking about? What were you going through? Like, what experience and wisdom did you have? Nothing but the wisdom of God, knowing that this is what you needed to hear in the right time. And it hits me, because I'm like, it makes me tear up. So I'm like, for me to like witness and experience this, I know that God is just so intimate to where he's willing to do that for others, through you, for you. And I'm very thankful to be a part of it. So when it comes down to the music, I'm very serious about it.
Yes.
I'm sensitive about my shit.
That's right. That part right there.
I know that it's so much bigger than trying to get in the industry, trying to put your foot in there. It's so much bigger than that, because I tell people this all the time. Music is the language of heaven. When it comes down to it, that's when you come, when you enter in the gates, you know, just beautiful sound and frequencies and just stuff that lifts you up. So it's always very, very, very prudent to take that important, because our music is so influential. The world we live in today has been influenced by the music, and we don't even know it. We'll blame it on the things that are going on the news and things that we're seeing. No, it's based on what we're hearing and what our spirit is digesting on a daily basis.
So
and
true.
it's because it's so heavenly, that's why it's so impactful. And so I'm very intentional about my music, even when I'm not necessarily talking about my good Lord and Savior. I'm talking about things in a wholesome way, you know, finding yourself, like how Mr. Lamel was saying, like affirmations, you know, making sure that you up on yourself, because how can you really spread love and peace if you ain't got love and peace for you? You know, and the only way you can really get that is to just really engulf in what God has blessed you with, whether it's your music, whether it's your writing, whether it's your photography, whatever it is, you have something to contribute to
the world.
To the lovely brothers and sisters, you know what I mean?
Speaking of which, and I'm gonna, you know, you hit on something with that, and we're gonna do something. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I never do this, so it's self affirmation for me too. So guys, the other day, you know, I've been going through some stuff, but I'm not gonna go through all of that because that's a whole like 2-hour show. But I've been going through some stuff, right? And so, you know, when you're going through that, you know, it's the trials and the tribulations. But you gotta, for me, I choose to praise and worship. So it's like when things ain't going the way you know, like Jay-Z said, when it ain't going, you got to kill everything moving. You know what I'm saying? When your situation ain't. But anyway, it's like, okay, Jackie, just try to keep it together. So I was praise and worship in my way. And doing that, I had my cell phone, you know, I was listening to my music on my iPod and just listening to the music, and it was on shuffle. That's where I'm going with this. And as it's shuffling, and it's playing, I'm mostly listening to my little gospel section. So I don't know what it was, but it did what it did. And I have a little piece that I don't listen to myself in a long time. And it was me. You know, something came on and you're like, oh, fuck, that's me. Rashid, do you mind pulling up the poet, the Archer, please? And it was my piece of work, my spoken word piece, right? And so we did a recording back in, we recorded this in 2014. My dream was shattered. That's another story, but again, another talk show story to talk about that one situation. But I'm gonna bring that back again, right? You guys are motivating me to do that. But I want you guys to take a listen to this, and I want you guys to see what you think. And it played the other day, Lori, you know, on Thursday, you know, all the things I've been going through. And I was like, shit, Jackie. Yeah, it got a little something.
I think God sends us what we need.
Yeah, He does. Right. But it's also on Spotify too, Rashid. It's on Apple Music too. Okay. We could just go to the Poetess, because I understand you do poetry too, Queen. Huh? Oh. The Poetess. The Poetess reigns. I could do some live poetry for y'all too. I got my book tonight. No, I ain't gonna go that wild with it. But we just gonna check it out one time for the one time, as they say. You got it? Or the Archer. No, the Archer. T-H-E, Archer. You on Apple Music or? There we go. I just saw it. I saw the red flames. There we go. I'm a Sagittarius, so it's named
December 1st.
December 7th. You already knew that had to be. It's either you. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's do it.
archer, like a moth to a flame. The archer takes aim, density intense, distant, angry mess. The covenant of Christ, mellow and nice, cool and breezy as the blessings flow, oh so easy. Gentle is the touch, still missing you so much. Candid episodes as fruition unfolds, the ability to see deep down within me. Creation he began, time before human. Simplicity explodes, intricate as a cell of the lymph nodes, engraved and woven, enchanting like a slogan. What is the pitch? Avoiding that next ditch. My eye is on the prize, no more cries and no more lies. Teardrops stained, not a chance. The smiles remain as the victory dance across my face, filling my space. Methodical movements, knowing it's heaven sent. Burning is the flame, colorful but tame. Elevation is the game, never quite remaining the same. Constant acceleration without hesitation. Knowing to make the move, positioned in the groove. Striking back is the blow. Landing strategic is the bow. The hunter, the hunter, the hunter, the gift. Recognizing and accepting the shift. It happens, it happens, it happened to me. Another spark of my curiosity, blending neatly deep within me. But don't envy me.
The I hadn't heard that in 100 years. What you guys, you like it? What do you guys think?
That beat was so like calming.
And just like a little.
I love it.
Yeah, you have the words.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
Well, thank you guys. See, that kind of motivated me. I have been, my spirit had been crushed. I'm going to just talk about it. You was candid about yours, and sometime I'm going to start being candid. I was crushed. My spirit was crushed. It was a employment situation. I'm going to do a show on it further down the trough, but it was an employment situation. And my spirit was crushed, guys. My spirit's been crushed. It all happened to me like the end of July. But I keep going. I don't stop. I'm like how we can't stop because we already know, I know, and we all know if we know who we know. The war is supernatural, right? It's not flesh and blood. So it's always spiritual warfare, spiritual attacks. And I just, all praise be to God that He chose me to know His word. He chose me to be able to have gone through all of the things that I've gone through, to know that He chose me first, right? So because He first chose us, so I have to love and I have to keep going. And we know we are going to be persecuted in His name. That's why you are so extremely gifted. All of us are so extremely gifted in this room and the talent that we have. And because He has chosen us to be part of His army, to go out and create and do the things that we do, and the world sees that, and we know that we are in a fallen world full of darkness, and we are light, L-I-G-H-T, light workers, like these lights in here, lights, camera, action. We entertain the world some way, any way we can. We cannot stop. And Satan knows that, but he's still going to come and attack because it's his job. But it's our job to do like we do and tell the truth and shame the devil and stomp it out and keep it moving smooth. And so it was definitely a tough time. Sissy know, people that know me know, I don't usually come on and talk my stuff. It's always about my people. It's for you guys. It's for whoever God blessed us to come through these doors. The show is for you all. But I think sometimes Lori and I both, Lori will share from time to time, and I think it helps me. It's going to I'm going to allow it to help me more because the show is very therapeutic for me as well, to talk about the things that we do. But music is just universal. And like I said, I was praising and worshiping my way through that situation and thanking the Lord, and just, and I do a lot when I get in that mode. I'm doing a lot of Kirk Franklin, Hezekiah Walker, just me just praising and worshiping in the spirit. Oh, just letting it come on down, letting it rain, and you doing your own thing. And just all of a sudden that came on, and I'm like, wow, Jackie, I've got to get back out there. So you guys motivate me to get back out there and start writing again and reading and doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Never stop. Listen,
Never stop.
One of my mottos is always forward. Don't use the past as a crutch, but use it as strength to reach forward and inspire others. You never know what one of your poems is going to touch somebody and inspire them,
Right.
or what your testimony is going to inspire somebody. So as you're speaking now, let God use you. As he was saying, we are instruments.
Yes.
We're
Yes, we
instruments. We're like
Yes.
pens, and we're just filled with God's ink.
Yes. Thank you for that. So I thank you guys. I use this for you guys, but thank you for listening and sharing the archer with us, because it's been a while since I listened to that. And anyway, Sissy, your turn.
My
I
turn.
don't want to be a mic hog.
No, that's great. Speaking of which, we have talked about the show being a catalyst and inspiration for individuals, right? And ladies, we talked a little bit about what you could share with listeners to kind of keep them inspired, right? So when you think about where you are in your journey and you look back at your younger self, what advice would you give your younger self?
Think of Milan like,
I would tell myself, love yourself through all of it, and believe in yourself, even when you're alone.
I like that part, even when you're alone.
Milan, what about you?
I would say to embrace the light inside of me and don't dim it down for anybody.
Do you still do that?
I feel like there's times that I do,
I can see it in your eyes. That's why I asked.
but I've definitely, I used to be super shy. Like, it used to be hard for me to reveal myself, and it sounds weird, but it's like I knew my strength, and that's kind of what made me hold it back, is like, the tension that comes with it and the responsibility. But it's like, you've been given that for a reason, so just embrace it.
Yeah, we got to give it to the world. We gave it to you.
I think that's really, really important advice. I think also, too, for women, because I think we dim our light, right? We dim our light to fit in. God knows we've dimmed.
Stomped your light out.
I almost stomped my light out. But I think as women, you're not supposed to be controversial. You're not supposed to speak up, right? And I think that's really important for female empowerment, is that it's hard enough to find your true self, isn't it? Right? I didn't think until I turned 50 that I became authentic, right? But when you do find what you believe is your true self, then you've got to let your light shine and not dim it, because that's that other person's problem, right? It's really not your problem, right? So, congratulations. Yeah.
What about you, beautiful?
I would tell my younger self to definitely don't be so hard. Be nice to yourself, love yourself, because there's different, things that'll make you feel less valued, less mess with your confidence, and you know what I mean. So that's what I was struggling with a lot. I didn't really have confidence, and I was so hard on myself. And I would just tell myself, you'll get there. Be easy. Be nice to yourself. Yeah.
I just learned that literally like a couple weeks ago. To say, I told you guys I was going through it. It's just like to talk to myself as if I was talking, like, take you walk me to here, come to the radio show. If I was a friend, what would I tell this friend, me, Jackie? What am I going through? Like, what would I tell myself? To be good to yourself, Jackie. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself, too. Be good to yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat your friends. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just sharing.
Absolutely. But what you got?
I would tell myself to trust myself. I feel like us as children, we're brought into a very new world. from a very old place, you know, so we are gifted with a divine wisdom as children, and I feel like we're taught to not trust ourselves because of the experiences and the lives that everyone else has lived. We're kind of discouraged from our inner knowing and our wisdom, and as I said, like our divine wisdom, like you can be a child and be like, I'm not fucking with you.
Right.
You're told, no, like you have to like this person. This is your family member. This
Yes,
is this,
that
you know?
so true. That's that instinct. That's that God.
Know.
Yes,
Children know.
They
Children
do.
know. They know, like, kids will be brought up and be entitled or bratty or angry or all these things. There's a reason for this. You know, there's rankings to the heavenly realm. Some kids come out a little aggressive because, hey, I know I'm a warrior in this shit. You know, I know what I'm here to do. Some people are naturally giving, naturally loving, because this is, you know, that's what they're blessed to do. And people are saying, no, retract. Stop giving so much. You're doing too much. And if you do this, then people are going to take advantage of you. And then you develop these ideas and these thoughts and these actions that have not even happened to you yet. So trust yourself. As a child, you know, you're a lot children are a lot smarter than a lot of adults here.
Absolutely.
Not even to sound like that. Adults are smart in the technical world, you know, but in a spiritual way, like, children are very wise. So trust yourself. You know what it is. Now listen to your mom and your parents when it comes down to finances and cleaning up behind yourself and doing all this.
Those
but
things,
trust yourself. Know that you're comfortable with something. You're not comfortable with something. You want to go out and just sing your heart out, or you don't want to do that. You know, trust yourself. Because with trust comes love. With trust comes an identity. Trust comes knowing who you are and knowing where you're from when you trust yourself, because no one else, you're not trusting what everyone else is telling you. Who's talking to you? God's talking to you. So if you trust yourself, you're trusting what God has.
Absolutely.
So it's honestly, like, I've had to break myself from a lot of the things that I've been taught to know, and it's not right at all. It goes against what God has for me a lot of the time, you know. So just trust what the Lord is saying.
Sometimes easier said than done, huh? I'm just
easier said than done. Definitely.
Oh my goodness.
If we wanted to get our hands on some of your music, where do our listeners go?
Yes.
Where do we follow you? What are your handles? What are your next projects?
November.
My name's Lomel, Lomel. You can find me on all platforms under the same name, Lomel's World, Lomels World, and all my music is on all platforms under Lomel, YouTube, all that good stuff. And I'd like to say, if anybody ever needs anybody and they feel like they don't have somebody to talk to, my inbox is always open. And I mean always. I am really personable. I always respond, and I have a lot of good tools that can be used if needed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna get you back. Although we got to do another one of those redemption shows. I'd like to get you back on that panel if you're down with that.
I am down.
Awesome sauces. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sissy.
I can be found on all platforms at Milan Like Italy, Milan Like Italy. I have 2 singles out right now, Let It Breathe and Last Goodbye. I'm dropping a visual for Last Goodbye. I mean, not Last Goodbye, Let It Breathe this month, so stay tuned for that. And I got a couple more ciphers before the end of the year too that I'm gonna be shooting for. So
okay, you're gonna keep us posted, and we want to come out and support you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll let you know for sure.
As well. Yes.
Well, I'm $. You can find me on all platforms. SDOLLASIGN. Currently working on releasing my next single, and I'm gonna have a video with it. It's coming out in November. I forgot to mention that tripping song that you played. I got my first placement this year with it on a TV show. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations! Great.
Thank you. Shout out to Brittany B for that.
Excellent.
It's a la carte. It's on. You can watch it on Amazon Prime and YouTube TV, I believe. Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
See?
Also, one more thing. I have a prom giveaway. I'm doing a prom giveaway for the kids next year. I don't have a location or a date yet, but I am taking donations of dresses, heels, men's suits, men's shoes, and jewelry. So, like I said, $$ you can hit me up if you know anybody that wants to donate anything.
Got all them dresses from the girls.
I think I know someone.
Yeah, we got some dresses we can do.
And we trying to make it big. I'm talking to people with the city, so we trying to Compton City.
Yes,
so
and I was just for that.
Absolutely.
We trying to get bigger this year.
Put me down for 2 dresses of donation.
Oh, anything, I'll take anything.
My goodness, I'm gonna get into some scrupulous stuff, Lord. You gonna pull something out your
Now
butt?
it's tea time.
It's tea
so
time. We know nice all night.
Yeah, we play nice, and so now it gets a little gritty. Lamel's like, oh, it's a little gritty, little real. Right?
Okay, Lord, you gonna pull one?
I'm gonna pull one. Man, close my eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes.
I don't know if there's a really good one here.
I don't know. You have to just.
This is a really good one because this happened to Jackie. But anyway.
Oh shucks.
So here we go. What do you do? That's what you want to be thinking. A neighbor's dog roams free and daily uses your lawn as a public bathroom. Now you've asked your neighbor to, really like keep your dog on a leash and not allow your dog to shit on my lawn, basically. But your neighbor says, screw you. What do you do?
No sprinklers coming on every time.
Every time.
Every time. Sprinklers and
That dog might disappear.
I know, right? That part.
For real, huh?
Like, I don't know what happened. It's just a little bit of arsenic. I don't know.
I didn't say I'm gonna kill it, but it might.
He just might fall away.
Yeah, right. Peter gonna come after you.
You already know I'm gonna get that dog in the middle of the night. I'm gonna put some poison out there. I'm getting that ass. That's horrible.
That's horrible.
Who said that? I did not say that. Humane Society. That was not me.
That was not. PETA, do not call us.
I didn't say I'd kill it. I might just take it from NoHo and put it in Lancaster.
Right. Exactly. Just
wow.
a relocation.
A relocation. A relocation
That
program.
dog ain't geotagged.
Yeah.
What you doing? You just gonna let the dog keep going? What are you gonna do?
I would say do the sprinklers. But if anything, I mean, I'd probably have to put something in my grass that'll get you that butt or something. I don't know.
Or get you a bigger dog and stick him.
That could work. A bigger dog. Yeah.
That's true, huh? What about you, Rashid?
Okay, now. So, is this a stray dog or
Your neighbor's dog.
Oh, okay. Then that makes this very simple for me. I'm going to the neighbor.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying, okay, next time your dog takes a crap on my lawn, you're gonna be getting a message from me. Maybe it be a nice message, maybe it be an angry message. It decides on how big the crap that your dog just took on my lawn.
Oh my gosh.
And then maybe I call leash laws because your dog is out here without a leash, and plus I can get you for a citation for not cleaning up after your dog for pooping on my lawn, and it's still there.
Sound like that disappearance thing could happen too, like low key on that dog.
That might be the negative message.
Yeah, right. Just think.
Or if I come up, or the negative message, I make your dog do like a Houdini trick and just disappear.
I vote for that one, Diddy.
What? Make the dog disappear?
Yes.
Let's go.
I do not know what's wrong with you people. Look
Have
at
no
you.
scruples.
Poor little dog. Where are your scruples?
It's Dolly. You want to read one of your?
No. It's called "How Dare the Owner Not Train That Dog to Not Poop on Someone's Lawn."
But that's
And how dare the owner not clean up after they dog when they poop on my
in a
lawn?
poopy bag, Lori.
They should. When I walk my dog, I have a poopy bag.
Yeah. It's mandated by law, I believe, that whenever you are walking your dog and your dog has to take a poop, that you have a poop bag with you in order to scoop and pull and move that along and take it to a disposable waste bin.
Okay.
Taking it to their house.
All right, Queen, what you got?
Okay. You're presently unemployed and embarrassed about it. At a cocktail party, someone asks you, "What do you do?" When replying, do you make it sound like you have a job? I mean, you know me. I'm like, yeah.
I would.
Yeah, right.
So
I'm
you need
always
services
honest.
and stuff.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
I mean, I'm honest to a fault. Like what you gonna say about it, bro?
Right, right. That's that. That's that.
You know what I mean? Like,
You gonna stand in your truth.
listen. We have ups and we have downs, and if they feel some kind of way about it, we can go outside and talk about it.
Right, and we take where that dog went too. That's that ID discovery brain over there. That's that big brain on Brad. I know.
I don't know if I'm making it. I don't know. You know, peer pressure can be tough though. You don't think so, Lamel? Peer pressure can be tough.
I've never been one to. No, I don't. Thank you. I've never been one to fall in with the crowd though. I've always been one. I'm an outcast. I've always been on the sidelines. So, and I'm not ashamed of anything that I lived through, which is why I can be so open. If God want me to have a job, I have the job. If I don't have the job, I don't have the job. When we fall to peer pressure is when we start degrading ourselves. When we start looking at ourselves different. We can't do that. So if they feel some kind of way, that's some inner shadow work they got to deal with. You know?
True.
That is very true. Definitely very
Standing in the truth. You guys want to read? Yeah. You want to read?
I think she got one.
Oh, I'm sorry, Milan.
It's okay. Them questions good.
I know. See.
Tricky. Like, I just want to get a good one.
And you write another one. Here's a few more if you want to check around. If she don't like none of those, let's see. Some over here.
Okay. Says the company president asks you to compile a confidential report. You must bypass your immediate boss to gather the facts. Once the report is published, your boss asks the staff how the president received such data. Do you own up?
Wait.
Oh no,
I know.
I take that to my grave.
I'd be like, I don't know how that happened.
I'd be like, hey, back in my this was some top secret CIA work that had to be done. I was doing my job. I got a promotion. I got a raise for this. Meanwhile, you out here doing dirt. I can't do nothing for you, fam.
Emphasis on confidential.
Yes, right? What would you do, Buddha?
I'm so sorry. What was the question?
Oh, no.
No, I was like,
Basically, your boss wants you to put together a confidential report, but you have to basically go behind one of your other bosses' back to get it done. And then they ask you how did they get the information. Do you tell them?
I'll be like, I'm with the open communication, so I'm just letting you know now before it all happens down. Like I'm texting both of the bosses, hey, you want me to do this? I'm just making sure.
Right.
That's a good point. You BCC the one that you're gonna have to rat out, huh?
I ain't ratting out nobody.
You just asking.
Ain't no rat out. I'm clarifying.
Right.
I'm just clarifying.
That's a good approach.
That's a good approach.
On the email and be like, put everybody out there, be like, what's cracking? I don't know.
Y'all not gonna have me looking stupid out here. Like I don't nah.
Nice.
I know, Lamel, you think about the full disclosure. What are you thinking?
I don't tell.
Yeah.
So like, why?
Right.
I'm asking the question, why? Why am I going behind somebody's back? This is unscrupulous.
See? That's why they don't like me at my job. That's why.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I'm gonna
not,
need a raise.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna do the report.
Like I said, I'm securing my bag.
I'm gonna need a raise. what we doing here?
What are you thinking, $? What you gonna do? You gonna do the report?
If I got stay with
You
your
gonna
neck,
stay out of it?
Yeah.
Me too. I'll be like, I don't care. I don't even care about the damn report. Right.
We didn't have to do the report.
No, yeah.
Well, would you? Yeah, no.
No, you're not even gonna do it.
You did the report, and now the other boss is asking you who did the report.
Yeah.
Now, do you tell the boss that like, oh yeah, I did the report? It's like, nah, it's confidential. We don't know.
Confidential. We don't
Yep.
know.
We said confidential, right?
Yeah.
We can't squeal.
That's true. No, you can't.
We can't be a squealer.
Yeah. No.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna
make
listen
Ramel?
to the question this time.
I know. No worries. No, it's all good. It's all good.
I was reading through them. I'm like,
Right.
These are crazy questions.
yeah.
You're married but no longer in love with your spouse. You have 2 small children. You've fallen deeply in love with another person who wants you to get a divorce. Do you? Now listen.
Uh-oh. It's gonna go down. It's going down.
you fucked up if you fell in love with somebody while you with somebody.
See, yeah.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't. Now, the past, I used to be a horrible. I didn't love myself, but now, like, you can ask I don't even like watching shows if they cheating. Like, what you doing? What's wrong with you? No, leave your person you with, and then move on.
Right.
Like, why? No. Ugh.
Drop the card.
Okay. What about you guys? What you thinking, Buddha Official? I know, right? Look at that. You gotta clarify. You gotta clarify, like the email. You gotta send the email.
But it's like I'm looking for the nuances here.
Right.
To make sure I have all the facts.
Yes.
So overall, y'all have 2 kids.
And then you see that? Reread it.
Falling out of love. So it's like the relationship is already estranged. So, in the process of this estrangement, if there has been no progress to try to rekindle the relationship, to actually try to make things work, especially when you have kids involved, because kids involved makes this a lot more complicated than it honestly needs to be. Because now you're asking the other person to actually be a step parent, but then now you got to go through the whole legal battle of the whole who's going to take custody of which kid or kids, back and depending on who makes more income, and who's a more responsible adult. In this case, they might go with the mother since you're the one. Well, whoever is in the situation, back and depending on who's out here loving on someone.
Trying to love too. You remember that song? You're trying to love too. Buddha Official, what are you gonna do?
It's just not a plausible thing, honestly, because I mean, I feel like, and I've seen this a lot in relationships, to where they feel like they have an obligation to their children, so their needs, their wants, all of everything that they have going on has to be put on the back burner, which it's always great to be a dedicated parent and to put your children first, but ultimately, like, in the long run, the children are missing out because they're like, what are you showing me right now? I don't even know, like, what to do, how to do it. My mom and my daddy don't even like each other, but they over here stressing out, taking care of me. But you know, if you're in that situation, it's always best to, like, you know, like, worry about yourself, honestly, because I've had to tell people, like, your kids can't learn an effective way of being an adult if they're just seeing their parent be a parent all the time. They need to see this adult be an adult and actually put their boundaries in motion and actually, like, put what they love in motion and stuff like that, you know. So if you're not in love with somebody that you got kids with, like, you know, you just not feeling who you got kids with, but you can always make it work, you know, like, and in that way you're not worrying about, I need to sneak around and get a divorce, like, oh baby, I'm gonna get a divorce, but I'm telling my wife I'm not getting a divorce because we still need to make this money for our kids and their college tuition. It don't make no sense.
That's that truth, though.
So no, I would not.
You would not.
I would not get a divorce. I wouldn't even be in the relationship.
What do you think, Milan? You gonna just stay?
No, because I believe that people, you know, can outgrow each other. So, and there's no telling, like, what the situation was. Like, they could have fell for somebody at work that they're constantly interacting with. So it's like, it's not the ideal situation, but it's like, I feel like if you're not happy, then you should, you know, definitely separate, because your children, like he said, are gonna look at that, and when they grow up, that's gonna be their you know, idea of what love is. So it's like, I'd rather my child know that I did what was happy for me, you know, so they can make that same decision.
Wow. Look at the time, sissy. Wow. It went way too fast, guys. Our time went by way too fast. We got like about a minute. We got like 2 minutes, about a minute and a half.
This was fun. Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
One.
I had a great time.
So I would like for everybody to go around our panel again, and please let all of our listeners and followers know how to get a hold of your music and your handles. That would be amazing.
Well, hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Thank you guys again so much for having me. It's always so beautiful to be in a place full of beautiful melanated people like yourselves. Again, my name is Buddha. You can find me on Instagram at Buddha Official, and it's spelled Budha because back in the day when my parents gave me this nickname, it was named after drug dealers. Ha 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 ha. Yeah.
It's a good name.
Okay. Yeah. So Buddha Official on Instagram, and got some stuff coming out tomorrow. We have the open mic at Show Dope, Beverly Hills.
That's right. Beverly Hills tomorrow, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. Don't have much music coming out because I've been really trying to get this footwork in, trying to network, go ahead and get these shows in. So just continue to check my Instagram. I'll have definitely more performances coming up. One coming up on Thursday, and then I'm just gonna put this in the camera quick.
For sure.
I don't know if y'all can see that.
The show dope. That's gonna be awesome.
Show dope. And if you guys want to take one of these flyers, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
We will. All right. Lomel, thank you, sir.
My name is Lomel. Thank y'all for having me. This was a blast. I appreciated it.
Thank you.
You can find me at Lomel's World everywhere. LOMELS World. You can look out for me doing the Guinness World Records soon.
I know. I can't wait to hear.
Can look out for me uplifting and talking to people. I'm also going to be pushing and managing my queen with her poetry. Yes. Look out for that soon.
We'll do a poetry slam online, guys.
Yes. I also write songs with Malik Yusuf. I'm a bad kid. Malik Yusuf is Kanye West mentor, 8-time Grammy winner.
All right.
So you can see us dropping some stuff pretty soon. And that's it. Love and light to all of y'all.
Amen. Thank you for your time. Milan Like Italy.
You guys can find me at Milan Like Italy on all platforms. Milan, MILAN LIKEITALY _ for Instagram. I have a visual drop in this month for Let It Breathe, so stay tuned for that. And also some ciphers with Gina Views and VITV before the end of the year, so tap into that.
For sure. I can't wait. I can't wait.
All right, that's $, all platforms. Music video and a single coming out in November, so look out for that. And also I'm taking donations of prom dresses, men's suits, heels, men's shoes, and jewelry. So that's $. Hit me up. You got any donations, and I'll take everything.
Compton in the house.
Yes, ma'am.
One time for the one time, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Poetry of Justice show with Jackie Ray.